All right, the question is, as a seller, do I have to make repairs to my house before I can sell it? No, you don't. That's the beauty of the purchase contract here in California is the buyer is buying the house as is. So unless the buyer puts in their offer in the contract for the seller to make repairs and you as a seller accept that offer, you don't have to make repairs. But what's going to happen is early in the escrow, the buyer is going to do their home inspection. And the home inspector is going to come up with some, they always come up with issues that are wrong with the house. So they're going to give that buyer a list of things that aren't working properly or maybe have reached the end of their lifespan. And the buyer is going to look at that and they're going to come up with a list of items. And they usually will send that list over to the seller and say, hey, we want these things fixed. And so then it becomes a negotiation. But the seller does not have to fix those things. They can simply say, no, we're not fixing those. They actually don't even have to respond to the request for repairs. So it's kind of up to the seller at that point what they do. The seller can also compromise. They could fix some things and then just say, no, we're not fixing others. Or they can give a credit in the form of money, at closing, where the buyer, after the house closes, can do their own repairs and the seller doesn't have to worry about it. But usually there's a compromise made, and a lot of it depends on what type of market we're in. The last couple of years was a pretty strong seller's market, so sellers weren't doing any repairs at all, and buyers were forced to kind of just take houses as is. But now we're kind of shifting into more of a buyer's market, and sellers are having to make some repairs to keep the buyer happy through escrow so they can complete the sale. Now there is some exceptions to that, and it involves smoke detectors, carbon monoxide detectors, water heaters have to be strapped. Those are statutes and laws within California that require a seller to do those things. And there's also certain municipalities within California that have their own point of sale requirements where sellers have to do certain things before they can sell. Those are more uncommon, at least as far as at the municipal level. But definitely statewide you have smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors, but those aren't very expensive, and usually for less than $100 you can outfit a whole house with smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors. So for more real estate knowledge, follow me at Stephen J. Travis.